I am McAllister. I'll get this figured out. Right there. So I'm West Seattle Mortgage. I'm the owner. I'm the guy at West Seattle Mortgage that pretty much do everything. Occasionally, I do have an assistant that comes in when I get this year and whatnot. But these fancy numbers here are to do regulations require now I have to go through like a national licensing, which and if you have a felony now, you can't be a loan officer, which is really great that they finally came up with that one. And it requires continuing ed and some other things. And as a mortgage broker and as the broker of the company, I've always had to go through background checks, and I've always had to go through testing and annual certifications and continuing education as a loan officer. Now, any loan officer that works for me as a broker or isn't a bank at a bank, they have to go through licensing and education as well. So it's a good thing for the consumer to have that. So what I thought I would go over today, why use a mortgage broker, how important and why your credit's so important in getting a home loan, what the purchase process kind of looks like, types of programs that are out there, what to think about when you're going to refinance, if you're going to refinance. And then if you're like super motivated, you've got a whole bunch of extra money in front of the hole in your pocket, how you can pay your mortgage down a little bit faster than it's scheduled to go down. So, as a broker, I am independent. I don't work for a bank. I don't, there's no one above me. I make all the decisions and figure out what lenders I want to work with. I could help a client figure out what financial institutions is most suitable for them. So I'm able to do a lot of different lenders to figure out what's best for my client. I'm also able to do things the way I want to do them. So the way I have a consultation with my clients is probably very differently than what you experience going into a credit union or another financial institution. I'm the person to start to finish the process with, and so I feel like I do a very good job of being the point person. I try to do my very best to eliminate some of the hassles involved in getting a home loan. It's a pain. There's no way around that reality. Getting a home loan right now is much more difficult than it was in 2006, where you just kind of, and I got the loan. So today, you have a lot of paperwork involved. There's letters to explain things. You have to document, everything on your bank accounts. If there's anything showing up that isn't kind of normal, you have to kind of jump through more now than ever before. But I try to help eliminate some of that up front. So during the loan process, you've got an expectation of what it's going to feel like. So it doesn't feel like a painful loan, for 15 different things at a time. I'm available through the loan process. I'm here in West Seattle. I answer my cell phone. I'm not 100% available. If you're the type of person that needs someone like 24/7 all the time, I'm probably not that guy. I've got 2 kids that are super active. I sit down and have dinner with my family at night. My phone's not on. I do have a life outside of doing loans, but when I'm able to answer my phone, if I'm even sitting around and hanging around the house with my family, if I'm not doing anything, I'm going to answer my phone. I'm right down the street. We have clients that are local and they drop in, usually in my office, and then if it wants me to get out more, but I am normally in my office. And so I'm a local resource. I also, like I talked about, I counsel my borrowers with credit issues and people that might be going through complicated decision making. One of them is divorce. I'm working with a guy right now. They have multiple properties, and some of them are free and clear. One of them is going to the wife, one of them is going to him. Trying to figure out how to structure the debt in a way that's going to kind of line up best with their ultimate goal at the end of their divorce. So I feel like I do a good job with that. So credit's a huge part of getting a mortgage now. It's more so than ever before. It drives what products you can get. It drives the interest rate and the fees that you're going to be charged for a given loan product. And there's ways to fix credit. Obviously, if you have errors on it, that's one thing that normally when I do a pre-approval, I love doing that earlier than people think that they need to have it done, because oftentimes there is something on your credit that you thought was fixed or that you didn't even know existed that can get fixed if we have adequate time to do that. And then I get asked a lot like, how much is good credit, bad credit, how much should you have? There's a general rule is that 3 trade lines. So for those of you that think you're just cash and you're rock stars, you're not providing a history for a lender to make a decision from. So you should have, a credit card or 2, a car loan, or a house payment, something so that a lender can look back and go, okay, well, over the last 3 years, you demonstrated that you're, responsible. So But three is kind of the perfect number. You get into, 5, 10, 15 accounts and if you're using them a lot, that also looks poorly on you because you may be maxing yourself out in terms of your ability to maintain that lifestyle. So buying a home. I'm step one, right? Not number one. So you got to come at me first. I got to make sure that your credit's good, you have the income that you say that you have. Some people are self-employed in this room. Trust me, what you think you make isn't what I qualify you from. I mean, you might think you make $5 grand a month, and I look at your tax returns, not no one in this room, of course, and you're making like $1,000 a month, if that. So it's important to go through the pre-approval process, make sure the income documentation supports what you're thinking it is. Find a realtor, go get a house, get into an agreement on that. We lock in your rate. I handle all the paperwork and everything going forward. You sign, and then boom, the house is yours to move in. Yeehaw, that's what it's all about. Different loan products. So there's conventional products and government products. There's good reasons for both. Conventional loans tend to be better products in terms of the rate you pay and the fees associated with them, but they're a little more restricted. The government will, like an FHA loan, you would have a 500 credit score, which would be qualified as a don't say that word anymore in business, but it's a subprime loan basically. But it's an FHA loan. So for people that have, maybe some credit problems, there are some loan products out there that they can still get into, and there are some conventional products that don't quite require 5% down, and even now that 5% can be a gift from a family member. So things have opened up a little bit in terms of lending from where they were a few years ago. So what to consider when you're going to refi? If you're not buying, but you have a house and you want to think about refinancing, there's a lot to consider. Are you going to lower the rate? Are you going to a shorter term? Are you going from an adjustable rate to fixed rate? Do you want to go from a fixed rate to an adjustable rate because maybe you're going to sell in a couple of years? Are you going to remove the borrower? That's one of them. What are the costs of refinance? Is the net benefit meaning, like, what are you spending, what are you saving, and how long does that really make sense before it breaks even? And then some people need to refinance to get cash out for miscellaneous expenses they don't have cash flow or bank account status for them or all finding to refinance. Ways to pay off your mortgage faster. So there's lots of ways to do it, but the basic options are you shorten your loan term, do a new loan in a shorter term. You set up for auto pay where you pay just a little bit more each month, which is an easy way to do it. Matter of fact, you ignored all three of my warnings. I was almost there. That's me.